Hey music creators, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing 5 essential tips to help you make your videos more engaging and polished. Let's dive in. B-roll is essentially any footage that complements your main shots. If your main shots are you playing your instrument, B-roll could be visuals like a beautiful sunset, snow falling, or even you cosplaying as a character related to the theme of your video. B-roll is a fantastic way to enhance your video storytelling, while also adding more flexibility in editing and helping to establish the mood you're aiming for. If you're filming indoors in a less dynamic setting, B-roll can help reinforce the vibe you want to create. For instance, for my video Buried in Snow, I couldn't film in an actual snowy location, so I used some snowy B-roll I captured years earlier. And I also transformed the inside of my office to resemble a cozy fireplace setting to sell the theme visually. It can be especially helpful if you have a track that is more ambient in nature, or where you don't have a lot of interesting things to show with the music shots, like if you didn't perform all the parts on camera. So it can just really help to round it out and add more interest to the video in a way that helps get across what you're trying to say. Just an aside, but game footage can also act as a type of B-roll. When I use this, I do try to have it match the vibe and color palette of the music video so it isn't too jarring when I switch to it. In my Octopath Traveler videos, for example, I based the color palette of the entire music video on the game footage so that the footage would blend right in. I've experimented with a lot of camera angles over the years, but I've learned that you don't really need that many as long as you're very intentional about the ones you choose. For example, instead of shooting 2 angles that are only slightly different, choose angles that have a bigger contrast between them. Personally, I now stick to 2 or 3 angles: a close-up of my left hand, a mid-shot focused on my face, and a wide shot. You'll notice that in my closer shots, the camera is tilted slightly. This is called a Dutch angle, and I think it can help to add more variety as well as helping to make the shots a little less boxy. I like these a lot for violin in particular because just the way you hold the violin, sometimes it can make you look a little hunched, but tilting the camera makes it look like you're leaning back, which adds a lot more energy to the shot. Speaking of energy, the camera's vertical angle can also add variety and impact the mood. I find that an upward angle creates a more dynamic, energetic feel, while a downward angle can feel more relaxed and lyrical. Adding depth to your shots is one of the easiest ways to bring your footage to the next level. You used to need a proper camera and lens for this, but modern smartphones with features like cinematic mode make it easier than ever to get that nice, shallow depth of field. This helps separate the subject from the background and allows you to play with the foreground and background elements. For example, you can place candles or other decorative items in the foreground or background and also adjust the camera's focus between them. You can also enhance depth with practical lights. These are not meant to light the scene, but just to add visual interest. Stuff like fairy lights, bedside lamps, or candles. Experiment with what you already have at home. Practical lighting can significantly elevate your shots. Now, we all know that nowadays people are thinking that you need to make videos super fast-paced for YouTube, but with music videos, it's less about hooking the audience right away and more about matching your moment. Your editing pace should reflect the mood of the video. So while fast-paced music calls for faster video edits, a slower, calmer track would benefit from a more relaxed editing style. You don't want to stress out your audience if it's meant to be relaxing. B-roll can help maintain interest without feeling jarring, especially for calm, meditative videos. The goal is to complement the music and the theme without overwhelming your audience. Having a consistent color palette across your shots is rarely talked about, but so crucial. Try to be intentional about what's in your scene and avoid clashing colors in your background, wardrobe, or props. At a certain point, I decided that I was only gonna wear neutrals in my videos, so that's why you see me wearing black in like 90% of my music videos. I basically just wear black, olive, navy, white, unless I'm doing a cosplay or something that is specifically relevant to the video. Since I like to add a lot of color in the background, it just makes it so much easier and I can be sure that the color palette will look clean. Whew, that was a lot to cover. I kept things kind of general, but I would love to dive deeper into some of these topics for future videos. Let me know if this helps and what you would like to see explored further, and I can prioritize that for next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.